sweet and sour pork with lots of chunks of pineapple, capsicum, and onion. It's my absolute go-to when I go to my local Chinese restaurant. But I'm going to take that concept and I'm going to use fish instead of pork. And the results are fantastic. So first up, we need to make a batter for our fish. In a bowl, I've got 2 egg yolks. To this, I'm going to add some corn flour. And before I add any other ingredients, I'm just going to give that a bit of a whisk just so we don't get any lumps. I'll also add 2 tablespoons of water. So we're making a thick-ish style batter. So a little bit of water. Whisk that in until all of that corn flour dissolves. And then to flavour this, so a hint of soy sauce and some sesame oil. And you can be quite generous with the sesame oil. I'm going to add about a teaspoon. And that's going to give it that lovely nutty flavour. So we'll combine that. And now for the fish. You can use many varieties of fish for this. I love flathead. So before I start frying that, we want to get everything ready. So we've got our batter, our fish, and also some flour. I'm also preheating my wok. Now I've got a really large wok, fantastic for deep frying, but also stir frying. So this is a multi-purpose wok. You want to heat your oil to about 180 degrees. Now I'm using safflower oil. It goes to a high smoke point. You could also use vegetable oil for this or peanut oil. So for our fish, we're going to place a few pieces at a time into our little corn flour batter, then into the flour. So we'll add the flour to another bowl here, just so we've got lots of space to move around. And this is just plain flour. So this is not corn flour, we need plain flour. And we're looking for a bit of a shaggy effect. So just toss that into our flour, shake the excess off, and now this goes into our hot oil. You can see it's hot. See all those little bubbles? That's what we're after. And it's great to shallow or deep fry in a wok like this because there is so much space. You've got a bit more control when you're frying. Now, because it's fish, it takes no time at all to cook. So we're just gonna wait till that gets slightly crispy and then I'll place it onto a rack that's lined with a tray. Well, this fish is looking fantastic. It's crispy at the moment. It's got a really lovely coating. Now I'm going to add a little bit more safflower oil to my wok. I have removed that excess oil, so we just want a nice clean wok, so just wipe it out. About 2 tablespoons of the safflower oil. And in here, we're going to fry those vegetables that are classic with a sweet and sour fish or pork dish. So capsicum, it has to be red. And I've just cut them all the same size. So you can see big chunky cubes of that capsicum, along with our onion, nice big chunky squares like this. So cut them into quarters, and then after you've cut them into quarters, cut them again, and just peel the layers away. So we've got lots of onion layers like this. Okay, now we'll give our lovely large wok a bit of a toss. And just to speed up that cooking process, what I like to do is add a lid to this. So my wok comes with a lid, and just give that about 1 to 2 minutes to soften ever so slightly while we get onto the sauce. So for the sauce, some caster sugar or just white sugar, along with some ketchup. To that, I'll add some Shaoxing wine. Just give that a little bit of a whisk so that sugar starts to dissolve. Some rice wine vinegar. So this is really where that sweet and sour component comes in. We're getting the sweet from the sugar, the ketchup, the hoisin, and then you get the sour from the Shaoxing wine that we've added and that rice wine vinegar. So nice, big, bold flavours, and I think that's why it's so popular. Okay, just for that salty seasoning, some soy sauce. And to make this really glossy and thicken up when I add it to the wok, I have some corn flour and a splash of water. And we'll just whisk that together first before we add it to our sauce, just so there's no lumps, and then that can go in. So just whisk that in, and that's our sauce component ready to go. All right, let's have a look at the capsicum and onion. Oh, I love that. See how it's softened slightly, but we've got those char marks. That's what I'm after. Beautiful flavour. Okay, now we can add some pineapple. I'm just using some frozen pineapple cubes. I have defrosted them. They can go in. Another little toss. And the sauce can go in. You want it to be at a high temperature so it thickens up quite quickly. And do allow that to come to the boil and reduce slightly. And you'll see because of that corn flour, it thickens up quite quickly and it reduces. Now's the time to add the fish, because the fish is actually cooked. We just want to coat it in that lovely sauce. So in with our fish, and it's not like pork, it's super delicate. So when we're tossing it, we just don't want to break it up too much. All right, we'll give that one final toss. And you can see how nice it is when you've got a non-stick wok, because everything just seamlessly comes together and nothing sticks. All right, let's plate this up. A nice generous bowl, and make sure we get all the good stuff, which is the fish, the pineapple, and for a final garnish, just some sesame seeds over the top. Classic takeaway Chinese dish, made at home. Always tastes better when you make it at home. And instead of pork, why not try it with fish? It works so nice with that sweet and sour sauce. Give it a go.